This is the Australian stock market closing report for Wednesday, the 25th of May 2016. In overnight trading, a positive new home sales report saw the US major averages rally greater than 1%, and crude oil finished the session 1.1% higher. The strong overnight session created multiple positive leads for the Australian stock market across all sectors in today's trading. The ASX 200 closed higher by 1.45% or 77 points to 5,372. The day's trading range was 99 points, with the high of the session at 5,394 and the low of the session at 5,295. Market breadth was significantly positive, with 173 advancing stocks versus 22 declining stocks and 5 stocks unchanged. The energy sector was the strongest sector of the session, closing higher by 2.68%. Worley Parsons led the components, closing to the upside 7.6%. Origin Energy was higher by 3.7%, and Whitehaven Coal was up 3.45%. The telecommunication services sector was higher by 1.79%. TPG Telecom was up 1.8%. Telstra Corporation was up 1.8%, and Spark New Zealand was higher by 1.8%. The financial sector was higher by 1.61%. CYBG led the components higher 11.42% to close at all-time highs. Forex was up 3.65%, and Macquarie Group was up 2.7%. The big four banks all finished in the green, with ANZ higher by 2% or 50 cents to $25.28. The Commonwealth Bank was higher by 1.1% or 83 cents to $78.39. National Australia Bank was higher by 1.9% or 51 cents to $27.48, and Westpac was up 2.2% or 66 cents to $30.44. The consumer discretionary sector was up 1.54%, with Ardent Leisure up 5%, Seven West Media up 4.8%, and G8 Education higher by 3.7%. Within the materials sector, Incitec Pivot, Adelaide Brighton and Independence Group all closed positive by greater than 4%. BHP Billiton was up 2.8% or 52 cents to $18.90. Rio Tinto was higher by 1.9% or 83 cents to $45.03. In economic news, the Australian Bureau of Statistics is reporting in the preliminary construction work done for March 2016 report that the seasonally adjusted estimate for total construction work fell 2.6% in the March quarter, missing economists' expectations of a 1.5% drop. The trend estimate for non-residential building work done fell 1.6%, and residential building work rose 2.2%, and the seasonally adjusted estimate for engineering work done fell 4.2%. The Department of Employment released its internet vacancy report for the month of April, indicating that the month-over-month change across the 8 industry groups monitored saw a total increase of 2.8% in online job advertisements. All states and territories saw a month-over-month increase, with the exception of the Northern Territory, which contracted 0.5%. The 5 most active stocks were Telstra Corporation with a volume of 23.21 million, Mirvac Group with a volume of 15.66 million, Fortescue Metals with a volume of 15.4 million, Qantas with a volume of 15.26 million, and Santos with a volume of 14.73 million. The 5 best performers were Australian Agriculture higher by 12.4%, CYBG up 11.4%, Programmed Maintenance higher by 10.2%, Worley Parsons up 7.6%, and Ardent Leisure up 5%. The 5 worst performers were Saracen Mineral Holdings down 10.2%, Mesoblast down 7.2%, Newcrest Mining down 5.1%, St Barbara lower by 3.85%, and Northern Star Resources down 2.4%. This has been the Australian Stock Market Closing Report for Wednesday, the 25th of May 2016, and I've been your host, Aaron First. I'll see you again next time.